Hello, kids, and welcome to another episode of the Checkmark Challenge Zelda playthrough that I'm doing. We're about to head to level 7, ominously called the Demon in all of the guides that I looked at. So,
ooh, spoopy.
Apparently, the dungeon looks like a demon face.
Interesting.
So we lamented at length about, what's going on with this weird fairy fountain that doesn't work. That's where Dungeon 7 is. So we're gonna try to find that again.
Yeah, I think if we go down all the way to the...
Well, this
we go down
should take
here?
us to the Lost Woods right here.
Yeah. Because it was in the Lost Woods, wasn't it?
No, it's just outside the Lost Woods.
Oh, okay. How did you get out of here before?
You can always go this way to get out.
Oh, okay.
And then I think up right here is, we don't have any medicine, so...
This wand is amazing, though.
Right. So apparently if we play our recorder here, there's a dungeon.
How would you figure that out?
I know. Moon logic, man. Okay, we're never putting the wand down ever again. So let's do this. I'm excited to see the demon face. There was one other one that looked like a swastika.
Whoa.
Wow.
Really?
I like how it's just every fucking... This game is so liberal with how it reuses fucking bosses. Yeah, I guess you weren't on for that episode, but yeah, we did an episode that was, I think Dungeon 2, that's shaped like a swastika. No explanation, no justification, just this dungeon is a swastika.
Oh my gosh. Where'd they all go?
Sometimes that happens, I think sometimes there's a key enemy, and if you kill it...
Everything just blinks out of existence?
Yeah. What do we got going on here?
I don't know. It looks like a... Are those supposed to be moblins?
I don't know. These are the weird... To me, they look kind of I don't even know what I'd call them. Wombats or something? They look like Peppy from Star Fox. That's what they really look like. Anyway, after I finish killing Peppy here. I think we have all of the items, all of the conventional items now, because this, sixth slot here is where the medicine would go.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not sure what else we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Why did I take the recorder out? That wasn't what I meant to
I don't know.
do.
How much farther into this game are we?
So I think there's 9 dungeons total, so...
And we're on number 7. Okay.
Yeah, so I think there's 8 Triforce dungeons, maybe.
Okay.
Out on the overworld, it'll tell us how many Triforce pieces we have, but...
Alright.
There's so many Triforce dungeons, and then there's a final dungeon where we fight Ganon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really wondering about how this room would have looked in 3D, with the monster bouncy around the room.
So please comment below. I'm racking my brain to think of a later Zelda game where there are statues shooting fireballs at you, because that's a staple. Link's Awakening does it. I'm sure Link to the Past does it, but I can't think of it ever being attempted in 3D. The closest I could come with, maybe these are BMOS. There are the rooms in Ocarina where, and I think Wind Waker probably had them too, where there's the statue that shoots the laser beam at you and traces you across the room.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of. Mm-hmm. There's a secret in the tip of the nose.
Okay.
I wonder if that's the demon face. The nose of the demon face.
Maybe. Ooh, dark room. Is there?
No, yeah.
Sorry. There was nothing in there?
We did that already.
Oh, okay. Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
I love like not having to get butthurt about. This game really does get easier as it goes on, which is kind of weird. That's kind of like a difficulty thing. Did you ever play Mega Man?
No, I didn't.
So Mega Man like does this thing, like it has this very natural progression that almost like makes more sense than what we're used to, but like it's very strange, like in context, where like you start off, you don't have any of the abilities, and like the first level you do is like the hardest one, and then as you go, you're picking up like energy tanks. And because like similar to this game, like it's very flat, like you can do any level in any order.
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna start like bombing walls. We ran out of places to go. I think. Did we go both ways here?
I don't know.
I'm not sure I went this way. No, we did this room.
Yep, we definitely did this room.
Okay, so there was nothing. Well, we got a key here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna start bombing walls.
And hopefully find something.
Yeah, I don't know what else we do. Like, what's the tip of the nose?
I have no idea.
I guess, like, probably it's somewhere near the middle.
Maybe. But it's kind of hard to tell if we're in the middle or not.
What was I talking about?
I don't remember.
The BMOS, I think.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about Mega Man.
Oh, Mega Man. Yeah. So, like, because it's flat, like, you can do any level in any order. The first level you do is always the hardest one. Because you don't have any, like, you're starting blank. And then as you finish levels, you're, like, collecting abilities and power-ups and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, the last one you do, like, you're breezing through it. Like, you have everything.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just kind of, like, an interesting progression because, like, games these days are never like that. Like, it would always be sort of like a manufactured, like, okay, so this is close to the center. Like, the demon face, we must be near the nose. Anyway. Like, games these days, you always start weak, and it wants to give you, like, this sense of progression where, like, the levels are getting harder. And it's sort of like a constant level of difficulty the whole way through, right?
Yeah.
And I just think it's interesting that, like, in these days, because I would say this game is very much the same way. Like, the first dungeon was pretty easy, but they've gotten, for sure, like, I'm having less trouble with these dungeons than I had with dungeons 3 and 4.
But I've definitely noticed that they, like, especially starting with, like,
Oh, here we go.
like 5 and 6, that they were starting to introduce and more difficult enemies.
For sure. Maybe it's just that, like, we're so far ahead of, like, the standard difficulty curve now. Like,
Maybe.
We have the max level sword, we have, like, all the heart pieces and everything, like, we kind of have all that done.
Yeah, like, maybe by this point we weren't intended to have the sword yet.
I question when, because, like, it's fairly clear that you're supposed to get the white sword before Dungeon 5, because it literally, like, walks you across it, basically, on your way there. But I'm not sure when the game expected us to get the magic sword. Like, certainly we got it right before Dungeon 6, which I think made Dungeon 6... Although, like, honestly, like, we were getting butt-fucked in Dungeon 6 until we got the...
Until we got the ring.
The ring, yeah. This, like, magic wand thing is game-changing.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So you kids, like, who want to try this game at home, like, this is the key to the whole game. Find the magic wand. I honestly do Dungeon 6 first, like...
If you can. Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them.
That's okay.
Why is there 3? I thought there was only 1.
I think it's just making it harder.
Oh, okay.
This game doesn't let you, like, rest on your laurels. As soon as you think you're like, oh, I got this figured out, they're like, What if like the mini boss of Dungeon 6 was or Dungeon 7 was like a way harder version of the boss of Dungeon 5? But like it really does show you like talking about like that what I've often called Mega Man progression, which is that type of progression where like the first levels are the hardest or whatever. Like now it's no sweat for us to fight Dig Dogger.
Yeah.
Like the first time it was almost like game ending.
Mm-hmm.
Grumble, grumble.
Who are you? Are we supposed to be attacking him?
I don't know. What's going on with this guy?
Can we walk past him?
I don't think so.
Doesn't let us? Huh. Play him a song. I don't know.
That's pretty much all we've got, so.
Nope. Doesn't like music, I guess. Set him on fire. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do here.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We've got like a weird puzzle.
Maybe there's something that we need to find or do somewhere else?
Maybe we need monster bait.
Oh. Gotta feed him or something?
That's kind of my theory.
Interesting.
I'm honestly so lost. I need the map of this dungeon badly.
Yeah. Like, we still haven't found it.
What is this room? Did we just already do... Okay, so that's the...
I think that's where you came in.
Yeah, that's the bombed wall. So, like, maybe we'll go full left here.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember these.
No, we definitely haven't been here. Oh, fuck. Oh, we still have max bombs. I've just been, like, bombing the shit out of, like, random walls. I can't believe we still have...
I think it's because you've been picking up bombs.
That's fair. Oh, I gotta not waste so many in this room.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're officially in trouble. Nope, no.
Yeah, because I think one of those bombs didn't quite land.
That's okay. We'll just... Something will drop him.
Yay. Now, where were we? Slaughtering dinosaurs.
Shigeru Miyamoto often says that, like, he doesn't like leveling in games because, like, he finds that, like, the real growth should be, like, the player feeling like they're, like, getting better rather than, like, artificially, like, inflating.
Okay.
And I think this is, like, a game that kind of, like, speaks to that. Like, you do feel like you're getting better. Like, you get, like, stronger a little bit with, like, extra health and stuff, but, like... Wow, I haven't seen these things since, like, the first dungeon.
Oh, gosh. I've never seen them before.
They're just, like, these little snakes that run towards you. Fuck, like...
I don't know where to go.
I've tried to, in my head, be like... well, we still need to go up in this room. We haven't gone
okay.
up here yet. But then we're gonna, like... Okay.
Ooh. So did he just give us a bunch more bombs?
He gave us the ability to hold 12 bombs.
Nice. And we shall use those to blow up every wall in your room.
Yeah, basically. Okay, I really think we need the monster... Okay, here's the map. Like, this doesn't look like a demon face to me.
No.
What am I supposed to be seeing?
I don't know. Like, is this map just a lot bigger than we think it is?
The only thing that I could see to do is to just bomb, like, around the edges again. And I just really don't want to do that. Like, that just seems like...
Seems like
admitting defeat, almost. I think we need monster bait. That's my guess.
Okay, so we have to go and find some
Yeah, we
Like,
gotta go to a shop,
Yeah.
and there's a couple different shops that sell it. It's only 60 rupees, I think.
Oh, okay. It seems like a strange thing to require inside a dungeon.
Well, I mean, like, the candle we had to buy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and the bow.
Oh, okay.
So, like, actually, that's not true. You find the bow, but you need to buy arrows.
Okay. Interesting.
There is the problem that we don't have enough rupees to buy it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna just grind around in this dungeon, try some stuff, and see. Like, we can bomb a few more walls. See if we open any doors.
That'd be interesting.
But, yeah, we'll just keep going.
Okay.
What, to you, is, like, the right level of difficulty for a video game? Like, what are you looking for in difficulty? Do you think, like, you should be able to complete a good game? Like, if a game's too hard for you to beat it, is that kind of saying something that, like, is there such thing as a game that's too hard? Let's start there.
Honestly, I think it just really depends on your, like, how often do you play video games and your skill level. Like, for myself, like, I don't play a lot of video games, so there's definitely gonna be some games that might seem impossible to me, but that's just because I'm not used to playing games.
So let me cut you off there, because, like, I want to clarify what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like, not a question of whether, like, games are too hard for you, but, like, are there games, like, is it possible to make a game that's, like, too hard for the public? Like, is it, like, a flaw for a game to be too difficult? Or is, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I think often I don't think people would feel bad saying that some games are too easy.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with them. And so, like, is the opposite true? Like, is it possible that when we look at a game like Dark Souls or something, that it's too difficult and that makes it, like, a worse game? You know what I mean? You just kind of understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but like, honestly, like, some people really like to have that challenge. They like that difficulty. That, sure, when you're first starting off, you may just die over and over and over again, but then as you start to get used to the game mechanics and just playing it in general, you get better at it. And there's a sense of accomplishment in being able to finish a game that's extremely difficult.
See, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. That I think there is sort of, like, I think there's different kinds of difficulty, is what I would say. And, like to me personally, a lot of, like, the super hard games, like, that are, like, famously difficult. Like
games like Dark Souls.
Dark Souls would be the perfect example, because, like, a lot of what Dark Souls is, like, I wouldn't say it's a particularly, like, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about Dark Souls here, but, like, sort of my opinion on the difficulty thing is that, like, there's good difficulty and bad difficulty, and often bad difficulty is just, like, oh, you have to memorize attack patterns, and, like, there's no way to really, like, figure it out intuitively. You just have to know that he, like, goes left, right, and then pauses or whatever, and that's when you can hit him. Like, often games are set up that way, and to me that's not, like, good difficulty. Like, good difficulty should be sort of, like, learning and, like, figuring things out as the game goes in a way that, like, you should never feel cheated or, like, you just have to die a bunch of times or things like that, like, to figure things out. Like, it should be, because to me that takes you out of the character. If you're like, I need to die 5 times to figure out this boss, you're not playing as Link anymore. You're a guy playing a video game. Because, like, Link's dying so that you can figure it out. Whereas, like, in Zelda, like, you're playing as Link. Like, you're dodging and weaving, and that's how you're figuring out, like, oh, like, after he swings his axe, he's gonna get stuck in the ground or something like that. Like, That would be a distinction that I make.
I don't know, because, like, even with, like, some of the games that are in the same vein as Dark Souls, like...
This is the swastika desert, by the way.
Oh, gosh. Oh, wow, it really does look like one.
It is, like... It is really hard to interpret it as anything but a swastika.
That's very awkward.
I'm sure they're
maybe
like...
a pinwheel?
Yeah, but, like, okay. That's something, like, the white supremacists would be like, oh, like... It's a pinwheel. You'd be like, no, it's a swastika.
Okay.
Anyway, you were saying.
Like, I think one of the big things that with a lot of those games, like with Bloodborne and Dark Souls, was being able to recognize patterns was the big thing with a lot of those enemies.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And if it's pattern recognition, like, that's not so bad. I guess, like, my feeling is, like, a lot of those is, like, I don't think a game you should be meant to die a bunch of times. To me, that's bad design.
Okay.
Or, I should say, like, maybe even bad design is too strong a term, but, like, I don't enjoy that design. Like, I would like to see, something that I can figure out. I really want to, like, be in the mindset of I never want to die in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put me into the mindset where I'm gonna have to die a bunch of times to figure this boss out, it kind of sucks me out of it. And then I'm a guy playing a video game rather than a hero saving the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
That's my thoughts. But to be fair, I have not. Dark Souls is the one everybody talks about, and the one that I'm talking about, and I don't have a ton of experience with it. That's based on maybe 3 or 4 hours of playing it, which isn't enough, in my opinion, to truly sink your teeth into a video game.
Mm-hmm. Especially like games like Dark Souls.
Yeah. And that's not like to say even that I don't have things to appreciate about Dark Souls, but personally to me the difficulty doesn't add to the experience for me for a game like that.
Fair enough. Okay, so I forgot where I was going.
Let me put you back down
go ahead.
like a new road. So like outside of like designing the perfect game or whatever, like back to like your personal preference. Like when you are looking at a game, what is the difficulty that you want it to be? Like do you want a game that you can just sort of like are you the type of person to play on easy mode and you just want a game that you can sort of like cruise through? Are you looking for a game that's like you're gonna get stuck on? Like, what kind of play do you enjoy?
Well, for me, when I'm playing games, like I enjoy games that have a good story to it. So sometimes I will find myself playing on an easier difficulty just so that I can enjoy more of the story rather than having to just constantly be focusing on the gameplay.
So that's interesting to me because like I always feel I enjoy story as well. But I kind of feel often that like the story is almost like your reward for like getting better at a game. Like you get past the screen and you're like, oh, now I get to figure out like what's gonna happen to Titus, like, or whatever. Anyway, like so like going with that, would you say that your like ideal game isn't difficult at all? Like there's no such thing as a game that's too easy because you really like the challenge isn't what you're getting out of it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I do enjoy like having some sort of challenge and having some sort of reward from it being able to continue the story. Where like if I wanted to just have a story, I wouldn't be playing a video game, I'd be reading a book.
Yeah.
But when you're playing a video game, like you have that story and you're immersing yourself in that story by playing the game and being a part of the story. And that's something I enjoy about it. That's one thing that I really enjoy about video games.
Yeah, so like
So
that's
like,
something. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. One of the things with this particular game, when you first open it up, you basically start him in the middle of the field, and they don't really give you.
This game gives you nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a reason for like why are you doing the things that you're doing.
Interesting.
So honestly, for me, like if I were to first pick up this game, like when it first came out, I would probably lose interest in it because I don't have a why as to what am I doing.
Well, keep in mind that the like context is important. Like in its time, like this game was actually celebrated for like sort of like, you know, it does have elements of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you compare it to Pac-Man, it has a much more riveting story.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you'd always have something that I think is often forgotten about these games when people review them today is that it came with a manual that told you what to do. Like
yeah, that's true.
Certainly Zelda deserves credit for being like an open world game and everything, but people are often like, it just drops you in and doesn't give you anything. And I'm like, no. Like when you bought it, it came with a map, it came with a manual that told you what to do. Like we have a different experience playing it now because we play it on like an emulator. I would say even now we have an even different experience of it. Like people 20 years ago, like a lot of people our age when they first played it,
Yeah.
they played it from like a second-hand store and they didn't have the manual and they didn't have the map, and that was like a very different experience. And now we play it and like everyone's aware of it, like the internet's there, like the way we, like you and I are playing it.
Oh yeah, it's
very different because we have the map, we know where everything is, like we kind of know the whole shtick.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's funny for medicine. Whereas like yeah, which is kind of interesting to think about. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one off, but we're gonna continue this discussion because I have more things to ask you.
Okay.
See you guys next time.
See ya.